Hello everybody and welcome back to another Beer review. Man, 2 reviews in 1 week. Someone must have had a couple of free days off. Welcome to Germany where there's just random holidays all over the place. Today we're going to be drinking the Monteith's Pale Ale. It is brewed in New Zealand. And I swear to God, that's going to be the one, only, and last awful New Zealand accent I'm going to do today. Let's get this thing open up. Today on Beer.
Using the brand new system.
Monteith Brewing Company was founded in 1868 in Greymouth, New Zealand on the island's west coast. Today they are owned by DB Breweries, an Auckland-based beer conglomerate which bought out Monteith, but itself is actually owned by Heineken, so interpret that as you will. Back in 2001, DB decided to centralize their brewing process and close down the Greymouth location. Aww. Only to reopen it 4 days later because the crazy passionate Kiwis didn't want to see their beloved brewery die. Power to the people! Woo! Alrighty, so let's take a look at this bugger. Ah, crap, I did it again. It's golden. It is a little bit hazy. Not a lot of head on it. When I was pouring, I really kind of just dumped that thing in there to get some head on it. But it has quickly subsided since then. Aroma is not super hoppy. It is a little bit, not like skunky, but it's kind of like cheap beer. It smells like a Bud Light, to be honest with you. Getting a little bit of maltiness, but not much. Let's try this puppy out, why don't we, huh? Not a lot going on. Not a lot going on. There's some maltiness to it. It doesn't taste like high quality malt, to be honest. It tastes a little bit cheap. Like, I don't think this beer is necessarily old or has gone bad. Just tastes a little bit, meh. You know what I mean? The hops are almost non-existent, which is actually kind of interesting, being that it is an Australian or New Zealand style beer. Let's talk about Australian style of brewing. So, at least in terms of home brewing. So I watch a lot of home brewers videos on YouTube and stuff like that because I brew myself. There's going to be videos about that, by the way, in the upcoming future, I promise. So in trying to learn how to, better practices and stuff like that, I've watched a lot of home brewers, and Australians do this thing called no-chill, which essentially allows the hops to cook a little bit longer because they don't cool them right away, and there actually is a little bit more bitterness and a little bit more hoppiness that comes out of the hops and into the beer. This tastes as if they sprinkled hop powder on top of the beer, and that was pretty much it. There's very light aroma hops to it. There's not much bitterness to this thing at all. I'm thinking this is an IBU. I didn't get an IBU rating on this. I'm thinking this is under a 20 IBU. There is not much bitterness to this at all. It is extremely easy to drink. Would be very refreshing on a nice hot summer day, which today, by the way, is not. It is cloudy and rainy. Welcome to Germany in the fall. Yeah. Can't say this is a bad beer. It's not my favorite, though. I can say that. It's not my favorite. I think, on a hot summer day, at the lake, on a boat, some people, that are also drinking beer, this would be a very good alternative to some type of American-style lager. And it's also not that much alcohol. It's only 4.6%. So you could definitely drink 2 or 3 of these on a given day. But as far as a nice enjoying beer by the fireside, I might say pick something else. So oddly enough, there's nothing about this beer on Monteith's website. The only thing I found in terms of a description of the beer, which is also listed at the bottom of the bottle here, it was on Untapped and says it's brewed with Southern Cross hops to create a lightly bittered pale ale with zesty fruit aromas. Lightly bittered it is, definitely, or maybe not bittered at all. And zesty fruit aromas, I don't know where they're getting that, but it's not coming from that beer. I'll say that much. And normally I don't actually look at ratings of other people before I actually do a tasting, do a video, because I don't want it to influence my opinion. But because there wasn't anything on the website, I just did a Google search on the beer. RateMyBeer.com came up, Untapped came up, and so I did actually look at some of the ratings. They're not great. Untapped, I think it's at a 3 average, which isn't high in terms of Untapped ratings. I actually really do like the story about how they tried to shut the brewery down in 2001, and then 4 days later they opened it up because of public outcry. That is good on you, New Zealand. Good on you. So because I don't really have much to talk about during this review because of lack of information I was able to find, let's talk about some things that are up and coming on this channel. So as always, I will be doing some more beer reviews. I've been generally getting positive remarks on those. Guys, continue to leave comments in the comment section. That really does help me and kind of gauge on what you guys are thinking. I have at least a dozen beers on like the waiting list that I've got just like chilling in my closet there. I'm gonna try and get to those more quickly. I mean, 2 reviews in a week, like I can't believe that. I don't think I've ever done that before. The reviews are going to continue to be coming quickly, I hope. In a couple of weeks, I am going to be on a business trip, which is going to prohibit a couple of things, you know what I mean? Like doing beer reviews and stuff like that. But I'm going to still try and get as many of those out as I can. I'm also going to start doing some brew day episodes as well. Talk about, brewing at home and how you guys can make your own beer and stuff like that. And at the end of the month, I'm going to be going to Copenhagen. I'm just decided like literally yesterday that I'm going to be doing this. So that's going to be coming up. And Copenhagen is a really cool craft beer city. So I'm going to be hoping to go to some breweries and some pubs and some beer stores and checking out the whole craft beer and just beer scene in Copenhagen in general. And reporting back to you guys here on Beer Lay about Copenhagen beer scene. So check that out. I will be going at the end of October. The video will be coming out probably beginning or middle of November. So yeah, there's some exciting things coming up on this channel. And so I hope you guys come back and check that stuff out. All right, so I've managed to get through the end of this. I'll tell you, in terms of a difficult drinking beer, that is not. I've only been drinking this for about 10 minutes, and I've been talking for a good 9 minutes of that. So yeah, let's just finish off this last little bit. Yeah, the Monteith Southern Pale Ale, pretty much said it 1,000 times already. Very, very light beer, very easy drinking, not much to it. Not necessarily my thing, but this actually might be, for some of you guys, a great alternative to the regular commercial style American lagers that many of you, well, I don't know, many of you, that a lot of people just like to drink. It's one of the most popular styles. So maybe check these guys out if that's something that you might like. So I actually thought about doing a send-off, and in the first 25 episodes, I haven't really had anything that's been like really catchy or anything. Bob Barker, for those of you guys who know who he is, for those that don't, he was a game show host back till like the mid-2000s. He did it for like 40 years of a game show called Price is Right, and at the very end, he would always say,
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population and your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
It was a political message that he would always say at the very end of a show. It wasn't really like a partisan issue, and it was just kind of like a nice little thing that he would always say at the end because it was a topic that he felt very strong about. And with the events in the United States in the last week with Las Vegas, as well as in the past couple of years with Orlando and San Bernardino and many other shootings across the United States, there's an issue of which I find of political significance and would like to pass on to you guys. So at the end of every episode, I would like to do a sign-off that goes, please call your representatives and tell them that you support bipartisan, common sense gun control legislation. And with that, I wish you guys a great day, happy drinking, and we will see you guys next time on Be Late. Peace out!